Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Excel Academy Public Charter School. I am Kaye Savage, the founder and CEO of Excel, and I'm thrilled that you are here today to join us in this wonderful celebration. I would like to recognize Mayor Gray, Councilmember Anita Bonds, Minister Jocelyn Cruz from Aruba. I would also like to recognize Martin van Roelsen from the Embassy of the Netherlands, members, our board chair, Vito John Germario, and our board members. We're also joined here today by Trayon, who's our elected State Board of Education representative. We are thrilled that we're all here to celebrate this amazing opportunity that was the result of the Office of the State Superintendent for Education's request for proposal. We submitted a proposal, and we now have a full-on cooking kitchen at Excel for our kids. It's plus or minus a $250,000 revitalization in this building. We are also a part of the Charter School Incubator Initiative Program, which is another OSSE initiative that we're coming out of, Tom Porter. And we're looking forward to working with your office in terms of financing instruments to move this process along so that this truly becomes our permanent home. Excel opened in 2008 in a church basement. At that time, we had 134 scholars in preschool, pre-K, and K. Right now, we have more than 615 preschool through 5th grade girls in the building. And we're able to, thanks to this new exception that we're getting, feed them breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, and dinner in our cafeteria. Through an initiative, we developed a small organic garden that was heavily supported by our health and wellness coordinator. It attracted the interest of Jocelyn. And Jocelyn was just really fascinated about the possibility of taking the garden, having the girls grow the food, having the girls bring it into the kitchen, having the chef cook it, and doing this whole cycle around healthy eating. For that reason, she arranged for Excel to develop and have a partnership with a primary school in Aruba. And unfortunately, I had to go in the fall to work on this partnership. This spring, we're taking 4 of our scholars to Aruba to move this partnership along. So thank you, Jocelyn. I would also like to share with you, as a part of our response to the request for application, we are in the process of developing new gardens on one of our flat roofs so that we will be having hydroponic houses that expand the footprint of our small organic garden out front and really move this in a more robust way.
Good morning. My name is Tracy Langley, and I'm a 6th-year parent at Excel Academy. My daughters, Chase and Miles, are 9 and 7, respectively. I'm also director of the Student Hearing Office at the Office of the State Superintendent of Education. While I'm here this morning to introduce the State Superintendent, I'm also here to show my gratitude as an Excel parent for the awesome kitchen that Excel was able to build as a recipient of OSSE's SOAR Grant Award, and to show my appreciation to Kaye Savage for the tremendous strides the school has made over the past 5 years. I'm simply in awe of the opportunities for exposure that all the girls at Excel have had as a result of the hard work and dedication of Kaye and her staff. My daughters have been to the White House 3 times. They've been exposed to everything from opera to lacrosse to soccer and ice skating. They've been rowing on the Anacostia River and sung at inaugural balls and attended high teas. This kitchen is another step in Kaye's vision to build a school community where the girls know that anything is possible if they put their education first. I'm so proud to be a member of a school community that strives to support the parent and the child. And I'm doubly proud to be an employee of an agency that supports my daughter's education through grant funding that has allowed them to experience a full-time chef, a school garden, and fresh fruits daily. OSSE's mission is to remove barriers and create pathways to education. In advancement of this mission, our new superintendent has encouraged all OSSE employees to engage parents and the community about the great work we're doing at OSSE. I couldn't think of a better example of engaging parents and supporting the community and educating all the district's children than what's happening here at Excel. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce to you the Acting State Superintendent of Education for the District of Columbia, Jesus Aguirre.
Good morning. It's kind of weird that you have to project your voice, and this mic is just, I think, for props or something. But I'm really thrilled to be here today. Thank you, Tracy, for the introduction. And it's exciting to see such a nice collaboration here. When you look at everyone who's here in the room, obviously the school, the government agencies, the partners. We have a minister from Aruba, and we have several other folks really working together to meet all of the needs of our students. And I think that the celebration we're having today is really about making sure that our children are ready and develop healthy habits, because that will obviously impact their academic outcomes. So it's exciting to be a part of an agency who can really touch all pieces of this. As Ms. Savage said, the OSSE, my office, because it's the office of the State Superintendent of Education, Mr. Mayor, we are a state in many instances. The state is responsible for overseeing a lot of programs that really support schools, not just on the academic side, but clearly on the facility side as well as on the healthy food side. We also oversee all of the federal meal programs that the school participates in. Because of that, the school is able to provide so many meals for the girls here throughout the day. So we're excited to be here. It's really kind of neat to be in a school where there's a chef. I'm hearing from parents that the girls are saying, I don't want to bring home lunch anymore. I want to eat at the school. And that's exactly what we want. Most schools across the district, even though there's been a lot of work in improving the quality of meals, a lot of schools across the district, the kids still say the food is terrible. And a lot of that is just culture, because we used to say that as kids. But I think when we begin to educate our children and show them that having healthy meals really make you a better person, a smarter person, more successful in life. It's really exciting. I think that I want to add a couple things. So in my previous role, so now I'm at OSSE, but in my previous role, I worked at the Department of Parks and Recreation under Mayor Gray, and I had the opportunity through his Sustainable DC initiative to work with Parks and Recreation. We're really pushing the idea of building an urban gardening initiative, urban farm initiative, and I'm excited that just a couple hundred feet behind me here, the new Berry Farm Recreation Center is coming up. Very exciting opportunity. That center will also have a garden that I hope that the school and the agency can continue to collaborate. It's also going to have our first rooftop playground and an indoor aquatic center. So all of the healthy habits that the girls are developing here, we hope that they continue to take advantage of the facilities that the district is offering for them. I think everything that we do for our students, often we talk a lot about, there's a lot of talk about testing now, there's a lot of talk about reading and writing and math. And when I walk in the hallway, I see the test scores that the school's proudly displaying, and they're doing great work. I think it's really important to remember that our students and our children need to be ready to learn, and the facility has a great deal to do with it, as well as the habits, the food, the physical fitness, so all the pieces. So it's really exciting to see a school like the Excel Academy bringing all of the pieces together to create whole children that are going to be successful in life. So I'm excited to be here. I'm very proud that OSSE had a role in this. I want to now just take a couple seconds to introduce our mayor, Mayor Vincent C. As I said earlier, I've had the opportunity to work with him very closely with Parks and Recreation, and now I've the privilege of taking on this role. And I have to tell you that this is a mayor who is absolutely committed to every single one of our residents. I think if there were 40 hours in the day, he figured out a way to work 40 hours in one day. The hardest working man I've literally have ever met, but he's driven by the sense of urgency to make sure that all of our students, all of our residents can be successful, both in their school, obviously, but also in life. And it's an honor to serve with you, Mr. Mayor. Mayor Vincent C. Gray.
Thank you very much, Jesus. I really appreciate the very nice introduction, and it's wonderful to see so many of you here today. How are you, Greg? Good to see you. I want to congratulate Kaye on the vision that she had for this school in the first place. Some of you will recall that this used to be Burney Elementary School, and we at times had good leadership, at times we didn't, at times we had success, at times we didn't. But what you have now through Excel Academy is a school that is really tailoring what it does to the needs of our children. And Kaye, I want to congratulate you on the vision and the hard work you brought to be able to make this happen. I want to thank Jesus Aguirre also. He is someone in whom I have enormous confidence, someone who is really doing, I think, a great job. He has been an educator actually by profession, and being the director of a Parks and Recreation program was, I won't say a deviation, but it was just different than what he had done before, and frankly did a terrific job. It was one of the reasons why I asked him to take on this responsibility for running our state agency. Isn't that a forward-thinking concept? A state, right, Trayon? A state. Maybe, council member, the day will come when the Congress realizes that we should be a state also. We should be the 51st state of the United States of America. And of course, I think that day will come. I don't think it'll be tomorrow, but that day will come. You know, it's also great to be able to hear the diversity of things being offered here at Excel Academy. How many schools offer or expose kids to lacrosse, which I think is one of the greatest sports in which our young people can participate? It is a great activity. There's teamwork involved in it. There's exercise. There's all the elements of the good things that also, if you work hard at it, you'll be hungry when you finish, which is all the more reason why it's great that we have a state-of-the-art kitchen that has been developed here at Excel Academy. Can you imagine having a chef? Wouldn't you like to have a chef, Councilmember Bonds? But of course we don't, and it's better if there's going to be a chef that it be somebody with our kids. And just think about the fact that what is happening. They're getting free and fresh foods. It doesn't get any better than that. There used to be a time many years ago when in the public schools of the District of Columbia, there were people who actually cooked in the kitchens, and fresh food was offered to young people in our D.C. public schools. So isn't it great that we have come back to where we were and we should have stayed in the first place in terms of being able to offer these opportunities to our young people? And also it's great, too, that with the new recreation center next door, our kids will be able to, Excel Academy kids especially, will be able to have these kinds of facilities in which they can participate in order to make sure that they don't lapse into the threat of obesity. Our First Lady has been a champion for preventing childhood obesity, and we are making progress. One need only look at the data. But it's not only exercise, it's eating in a healthy way, isn't it? And I hope one of the things that happens is that we have people who come here and see what is being done at Excel Academy in order to ensure that our children have breakfast, lunch, I guess we'll say, is it, Chef, is it a dinner also?
There is a dinner piece as well.
A dinner piece, and then 2 snacks?
2 snacks as well.
Anybody that goes home hungry, it's their own fault, right? And you know, we have over 500 kids who are enrolled, maybe close to 600 at this stage, who are enrolled in Excel Academy. And frankly, that is a wonderful thing. I think one of the things that we are seeing now is that education right at the grassroots level, if you will, being tailored to the needs of kids and the desires of parents, is really improving outcomes for our children. I hope that you all saw our recent test scores. Anybody that will listen, I will talk to them about what we did in the recent test scores, because if we hadn't done well, then we would have heard it from everybody else, wouldn't we? All too often, the District of Columbia, you know, historically has been used as an example of what not to do. Well, we got our NAEP scores. NAEP is the National Assessment of Education Progress, which includes the charters, includes the D.C. public schools. We got those scores in November. And what they showed was that among 51 states, the District of Columbia being the 51st state, among 51 states, The state that showed the greatest improvement in the nation was the District of Columbia, and that we should be very proud of. And then, Mr. Director, State Superintendent, we got our TUDA scores. And you say, what the heck is TUDA? TUDA is the Trial Urban District Assessment, okay? Trial Urban District Assessment, which if any of you have ever heard of it before, I will give you a free meal in the new kitchen. Actually, what it is, it's just like the NAEP scores, except that they measure big cities. Because, see, we have the honor of being a state and a big city at the same time. And among the big cities that were measured, there was one big city that showed the greatest improvement in the nation. And that big city was the District of Columbia, ladies and gentlemen. So, we are going in the right direction. And one of the things that will be a plus coming out of this is that not only will our children eat healthy, but they also will learn how to eat healthy. You know, we live in such a fast-paced society that so many of our kids learn, and frankly, from us as parents, learn how to run into McDonald's or Wendy's or whatever the local fast food operation is, buy something that probably isn't very healthy, eat it. You know, it may be good to you, but it's not good for you. And as a result, we wind up with obesity being the level of problem that it is now. But these children are going to eat in a first-class, first-rate, state-of-the-art kitchen that will give them 3 meals a day, and for some of our kids, it may be the only meal that they get, and 2 snacks as well. So 5 meals a day, 5 meals a day. I'm sure they'll all be healthy and not laden with calories, right, Chef? Yeah. And the important thing is that this was a partnership with our administration, with the Office of the State Superintendent for Education, and we're delighted to be able to make this investment. We hope people will come here and see what is going on in terms of helping draw the link between how children eat and how children perform. And there is a strong linkage, except we don't do very well often enough to be able to make sure we practice that. So thank you all very much for coming out. Thank you, Excel Academy, for doing this, and thank you very much, Kaye, for being a leader in helping to draw the linkage between learning and nutrition. Thank you all very much.
As we go forward with this important ceremony, we're not christening a ship, but we are christening a process that means so very much to the students, to the community, and especially to what we hope to do in the future for all of our schools. At least I do. And that is to make sure that our young people have the best opportunity possible for the best education possible. And it does include their nutritional demands and meeting those as a community. So I'm very happy to join Kaye Savage, my dear, dear friend from back in the day. Yes, that's right. That is exactly right, Mr. Mayor. And the Mayor and the State Superintendent and the board members, and especially our guests from out of town in this beautiful place called Aruba, and of course all of the young people who are here, and our State Superintendent representative, the Honorable Trayon White, and the chef, who will make a big difference. So let's all say, ha, and we will cut. Ha.